What's going on, Clash Bashers? Rocky here today, and today we're here to talk about the latest Town Hall 7 Legends player, NicJ. Nick came over, shared some replays, and we did a little bit of an interview, talked about some of Nick's tips for pushing a Town Hall 7, and if it's the easiest it's ever been to push a lower Town Hall like a Town Hall 7 to Legends. So we're going to have all those answers for you here today, but before we do, make sure you guys subscribe and turn on those notifications, that way you don't miss any future uploads. And also, let's go ahead and check out today's comment question of the day, coming from Taha Alush. Hopefully I didn't kill your name too bad. Would you rather have a max base or a level 1 Town Hall? Much love. So I have a max base and it's pretty cool, but I would love to have a level 1 Town Hall, a Town Hall 1, and be able to keep it, because if you remember, when you do that tutorial, you have to go to Town Hall 2 immediately. So I would love, just because no one else would have it, to have a Town Hall 1 that I could keep forever. If you guys want to submit your own comment question of the day, hashtag CQOTD, and you might get featured in a video just like Taha did. So NicJ, Town Hall 7 Legend Pusher, got to 5,035 trophies. Unfortunately, we will show this off, did kind of have to take some defenses, had to enter the Legend League system, and you know, once you do that, you're susceptible to 8 attacks right in a row. So let's go ahead and check out some of these replays and talk about some of the talking points that he and I discussed while he was over visiting Town Hall 7 Legends, my newest clan. Okay, it's not a permanent clan, guys. Okay, so this was Nick's first attack in Legends League. Found a 30 offer, and usually when you're a Town Hall 7, you're just gonna go for the 1-star, try to get you know, 50%, or try, because most of the time those Town Hall 7 level 2 dragons aren't going to be able to take down that huge Giga Tesla. But real quick, also, Nick wanted me to shout out his Instagram, NicJ on Instagram. So if you guys can, go check that out, drop a follow, show some love. So this was the very first Legend attack. Please 0% defense. I love that. But we were kind of talking about the army, like what is the army that the Town Hall 7 Legends pushers use. And a lot of times it's this dragon army, 9 dragons, some minions, some archers for cleanup, and it tends to work out pretty well. You'll see as we kind of go through these replays, there's a couple possibilities for 2, even 3 stars, depending on what you find, because Town Hall 7 Legend pushing it's a pretty common thing. And one of the crazy things, after the update, this past update with the new cloud system, there was a change to the shielding system. So before, you wouldn't be able to buy a shield if you were at 4,700 trophies or higher. Now you can buy that 1-week shield, not a shield, but a 1-week shield, a 7-day shield. But now you can buy a 7-day shield at 4,700 and higher. I believe Nick said it goes up to 5,200, which is absolutely crazy, because you can buy that 7-day shield and be patient, look for those wheels, look for those bases that you can hit, and kind of go from there. So goes in, gets that nice 50%, gets those 10 trophies out of the 30, and a very nice attack. But if you look here, this is CB, this is my Town Hall 12, and before I wouldn't be able to buy this 1-day, or this 7-day shield, the 1-week shield, but now I could if I wanted. I'm not going to waste 250 gems because I'm not pushing, but that's a huge change. That's something that's absolutely crazy and helps out the lower Town Hall pushing. So it's almost, I wouldn't want to say easier, but it's definitely a bigger advantage having that 1-week shield available above 4,700. And Nick said they popped theirs at 4,905, I believe was the number, and that just made it easy to kind of be patient, find those bases, because a lot of this is nexting and finding those bases that are going to get you those trophies that you're going to be able to attack. So let's hop into the next replay. So this raid was an absolute crazy find. NicJ found the second highest Town Hall 7 player and was able to attack that Town Hall 7. So anytime Town Hall 7 versus Town Hall 7, yeah, a pretty good shot for the triple. So we'll check out and see how Nick does here. Again, got the 9 dragons going, got the minions, got the archers in there for cleanup. So I asked Nick, how long have you been pushing? And he said since this past February, but went from 4167 to Legends League in approximately 3 weeks. So if you really focus, buy those shields, use those shields properly, you can really, you know, go up in trophies relatively quickly. It's just also a time factor, because one of the biggest things about low Town Hall pushing, Town Hall 7, Town Hall 8, Town Hall 9 pushing, is you gotta be patient. Even Town Hall 10. You can't just attack any base because you think you can hit it and you think it might be good, or maybe it's a huge offer, but the Town Hall is centralized and all the outside buildings are protected. You can't do that. You have to be patient. You have to hit those buildings, or hit those bases that you're going to be able to get a star on, that you're going to be able to not fail on. That's one of the biggest things that people don't understand is, yes, you know, most of the time these Town Hall 7s, 8s, 9s, they're sniping out Town Hall 12s or just getting the percent on Town Hall 12s. But in order to hit that, it might have took them 6 to 8 hours of nexting to find that one base to hit for the day. So a lot of it is patience and just time putting into the game. So it's a lot different than like the current Legend system where you can do your 8 attacks, take your 8 defenses, and then be kind of good from there. You have to put the time in, you have to next those bases, and just be really patient to find something that works for you. Obviously, if you're going to find a Town Hall 7 or a Town Hall 8, you're going to hit it no matter what. Even a Town Hall 9, you should be able to get a star on. But, you know, when you start finding those 10s, 11s, 12s with Infernos and all that kind of crazy stuff, you got to be patient. You got to be careful. You don't want to lose a raid, because when you lose a raid, it's potentially minus 30, 40, 50, depending on what the offer is. I shouldn't say 50, but you can lose a lot of trophies. So a plus 23 there to get, oh my goodness, that's crazy. Town Hall 7 versus Town Hall 7, plus 23. Now, if we take a look, like I said, Nick did have to enter the Legends League and took those 8 defenses, so dropped down to 47-27. But you see that personal best, 5,035 trophies, which is pretty impressive to me. Like that's a pretty solid number for a Town Hall 7. I pushed Town Hall 7 to Titans, and like I got so frustrated with just nexting and trying to find bases. Like I threw in the towel. So nothing but respect to Nick for the patience, the effort, being able to do this. Let's go ahead and show off another replay here. So this raid right here got Nick to 49.99, 1 trophy away from Legends of the Town Hall 7. That had to be so intense. But I asked, like, what are you looking for? What types of bases are you trying to hit? What are you trying to do with these attacks? And one of the biggest things is patience and don't hit tricky bases. So if you look at this base, you're like, oh yeah, Town Hall 9, that looks great. I could probably, like, I would look at this like, oh man, I could probably 2-star that and get some trophies. But if you look at it, this base, let me pause this real quick. This base is a little bit, you know, tricky, a little bit deceptive, because you got all of these storages down here that are just going to hold up your dragons. Not to mention you have a sweeper pointing at the storages. While your dragons are on those storages, that queen is just going to eat those dragons up, not to mention the bows and the archer towers. Gonna eat your dragons up with, you know, air defenses. So like you and I, and you know, might think, hey, let's go in right from the bottom and go for this 2-star, but you know, a seasoned pusher like Nick's gonna go in and get the 50%, go for that 1-star, just try to work from the top of the base, be patient, and kind of work through this, which way smarter, because you might fail on this one, and you don't want to fail, especially when you're this close. You know, before this raid, 49.89 would have been the trophy count. So you see Nick's gonna work those dragons in, rage up those balloons, let them kind of work through there. Running the max balloons in the clan castle is huge. That's a big factor, being able to run those through and get out stuff like the air defenses. Now you see this electro dragon come out of the clan castle, and that's kind of like an oh crap moment, because an electro dragon can absolutely destroy some Town Hall 7 dragons. And you'll see this electro dragon's gonna come in and do some work on Nick's balloons, Nick's dragons. You already saw it drop 1 dragon. It's gonna go in here and take out another dragon. You see that minion. So like at this point, 35% into the raid, I would be freaking out when if I saw an electro dragon pop out of the clan castle and come right at my troops. But Nick, cool, calm, collective, let the electro dragon work on that minion, throw in these last 2 drags, or throw in the 2 drags over there, the last drag over there on the right side, and just let that electro dragon kind of get caught up between the dragons and the minion there. Throw the king in there and just work out the percentage points that you need to get that 1-star, and then move on with your day. You don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to get the 2-star. Be patient. Don't fall for the tricks. Don't fall for the traps. Get in there, get the trophies, and move on. And you'll see Nick just ends right there at the 50%. Don't have to worry about that E-Drag. Get those 10 trophies and move on with your day. Don't worry about, like, you know, going and trying to do too much. You just have to be safe and patient when you're a low Town Hall pusher. So this find was an absolutely huge find. Anytime you find like a progress base like this and you can run up potentially the 2-star, that's always going to be huge. So you see here, someone left up what is essentially their progress base. You got the Town Hall out here. We got Valkyries coming out of the clan castle, which a little bit rough. You're going to pull those Valkyries, and just let the dragons deal with the Valkyries. They're not going to do too much. They're not going to be crazy hard to deal with. The dragons will be able to take them out right away, or even the minions will take them out right away. You'll see, just going to run in minions, run in the archer right over there, take care of those Valkyries, no big deal. And then you can dive on the Town Hall and get that Town Hall out with the archers, even the king. and just, you know, get that 2-star secured, because that's a huge find. You don't want to blow the 2-star. Pull out that clan castle, deal with it. You see that dragon. I'm gonna go in there and just absolutely destroy these Valkyries, because Valkyries can't swing their axes up and smack a dragon. So it works out this way. You see those minions just clearing out some of those buildings, working up that percent. And whenever you find this is a huge find. I think this was a 21 offer, if I remember right, which when you're a Town Hall 7 pusher, that's a huge offer, especially when you can get 2 stars. Probably not going to be able to 3-star this with all the bows, the air defenses, the heroes, and all that kind of stuff. But you are going to be able to get through and get that 2-star for a plus 14, which is always monstrous. You see those archers just working out, getting the Town Hall through. The minions, the dragon, getting all those buildings over there on that far side taken care of. And then you're going to have to do a little bit of work to get to those final percentage points, which we'll kind of see here as the minions and dragons kind of clear out all these resource buildings and barracks and all that kind of stuff over there on the right side. Archer's still working out the Town Hall. There's nothing that can reach them. Gonna throw in the drags, rage them up to take out that enemy queen, because the enemy queen can be a pain in the neck for your Town Hall 7 dragons. So you definitely, if you can take that queen out just like that, absolutely go for it. Take her out, take her down, let those dragons get through and work through the store. Just so you see the archers almost have the Town Hall down, still have the king up, which is nice, still have the clan castle balloons, and just even on a progress base, just realize the patience here. Not just going in, not just throwing everything in and hoping for the best. Nice and patient, well executed, taking its time, getting through, making sure to secure that 2-star, and that's what it's all about, guys. Go through, get that 2-star secured. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to be too crazy. Do what you need to do to get those trophies and move forward with your day. So Nick, a very nice patient attack. Not just throwing everything in on the resource buildings, letting all those resource buildings fall, and then taking out all the archer towers and getting that 60% 2-star. Absolutely beautiful attack. All right, so we're going to show off one more attack here from NicJ, going against a Town Hall 9, and you'll have to just watch this one. This one ends up being really close, and you'll kind of see what I mean. I'm not going to spoil the surprise for you here, but this is, again, being patient against those Town Hall 9s, letting your dragons kind of do the work, and you'll see the rage spells on this one. The rage spell execution was really on point and really well executed in my opinion. So we'll kind of just let this one work through and show out what Nick's doing here. So gonna let those dragons start in and kind of get going on this left side towards that first air defense. You see those max balloons coming out of Clan Castle, and here's gonna come in that first rage spell to drop in there, take out that air defense, because again, Town Hall 9 air defenses, any air defense against the level 2 dragons can do some crazy serious damage, so you got to be careful of that. But this almost working out and creating a little bit of a funnel here to try and get towards that Town Hall, which, man, imagine that, getting a Town Hall 9 centralized Town Hall out with Town Hall 7 troops. That's crazy. And I see, like, when I do these types of push videos, I see people like, well, all they're doing is sniping out the outside, and well, yeah, it's a Town Hall 7. It's Town Hall 7 offense against Town Hall 9s, 10s, 11s. You know, against higher, crazy defenses. You can't just go in and, like, 3-star Town Hall 9. That's absurd. People don't just do that. So, you know, when people are like, all they're doing is just do it. Well, yeah, that's part of the Town Hall 7, Town Hall 8 pushes. You just got to be patient and kind of grind in there and make it happen. So 44% here. I'm doing really well. King's going to come in, work out those resource buildings down there at the bottom. The minions coming in there, kind of like a little test minion just to see the flight path. But we'll see. Still got 3 dragons and a rage spell left. And Nick's going to go ahead and dive and try to get towards that Town Hall. Gets a little unlucky with that one dragon that goes towards that Tesla. But right here, the King's going to go ahead. Actually, the King doesn't get it. The dragon gets the Tesla right there to secure the 1-star. And the dragons are so close to getting that Town Hall down. Maybe if that last dragon went in, possibly get that Town Hall down. But man, so close to a 2-star against the Town Hall 9. But still, 3 trophies, and that's what it ends up being, is getting those small little gains, the +3s, the +5s, and just working them out. So a huge shout out to NicJ for coming over, sharing some replays, showing the love, and congrats on Town Hall 7 Legends. Such a huge accomplishment. I know I don't have the patience for it. I thought about trying it again, but it's a lot of patience and a lot of time put in to get to Town Hall 7 Titans, let alone Town Hall 7 Legends. So congrats to NicJ. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. keep on clash bashing. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss any future uploads of mine. And if you did happen to miss yesterday's video, you can check it out right over there.